How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Here, let me help you sit down.
You could just hold it, yeah.
I got it. You good?
Yes.
Right on. If we were to look at your YouTube history, what do you watch?
Oh my gosh. A lot of like DIY Dollar Tree stuff. So people will go to Dollar Tree and buy a bunch of like dollar stuff and then make arts and crafts out of it. So that's in my history.
Are you a Denver native?
Aurora native, pretty
Born
much.
and raised?
I'm not born, but I was here since I was little.
What was your color for your quinceañera?
It was coral. So it was like a mixture between pink and orange.
Do you have any hobbies?
Really my hobbies right now just consist of being a mom and being at home and watching him grow up and, you know, do a bunch of adventurous things right now and scrapbooking as well. I like to scrapbook.
When you're watching TV, what do you typically like to watch?
Nailed It, which is like a cake show where bakers don't know how to really bake or like decorate. And then there's like a Mexican version of that as well. So I like to watch the Spanish version because I feel like it's a lot funnier.
Or do you have any interest in watching novelas?
Yes. So on Netflix, again, there's a show called Cable Girls, Las Chicas del Cable, and it's based in Spain, and it's such a good show, but yeah, it's a novela on Netflix as well.
Are you bilingual?
I am. I only speak Spanish and English, but 2 is better than none. Or 1.
What is your first language?
Spanish, for sure.
Where did you graduate high school?
Aurora Central in Aurora.
Home of the
Trojans.
Home of the Trojans. Did you do any sports or any kind of clubs back then?
I did the dance team for a few years, so I did that for a few years in high school, but nothing much more than that.
Tell me about your family.
I've been married for 3 years, and we have a 2-year-old, and we are currently pregnant again with twins. So we're growing fast.
How does having twins or being pregnant with twins differ than being pregnant with a single child?
It's like double the work. I'm a lot heavier, I move a lot slower, and it's just so much more work because of my toddler at home.
Do you like to travel?
I do, yes. So that was, I guess, another hobby of mine. It's just kind of hard now being pregnant. Normally when we travel like in packs. So a lot of family comes with us. Sometimes it's, you know, like minimum 10 of us. Sometimes we go up to like 20s. We'll go to Vegas, we'll go to Cancun, we'll go to Mexico, where we're from. But yeah, it's normally a lot of family.
Are you a good cook or not so much?
No, I don't.
Why?
She just can't tell me any measurements, and I have to follow like a recipe in order to do something. And so I'll ask her like how much of this goes into this dish, and she'll just be like, just to taste, or like a pinch or a spoonful. But I'm trying to like question her, like a spoonful of what, like a big spoon, a small spoon, a teaspoon. She always gets frustrated and makes me get out of the kitchen. So
what does your mom kicking you out of the kitchen sound like?
Mejor yo lo hago, tú vete para allá. So like, I'll do it myself, and then you can go over there and just wait till I'm done. Yeah.
The first time you were allowed to wear makeup?
15. So a little bit after my quinceañera. So normally like your coming of age is 15, and that's when you're allowed to wear mascara and like a little bit of foundation, whatever the case may be. But yeah, 15. There was one point when we lived in California. My dad had picked me up from preschool that day, and he was pulled over not even a block away from the school. An officer came up to his window, asked for his information, he gave his information, and then I saw the officer pull my dad out of the vehicle, put him in handcuffs, and they were behind the truck, so I had to turn around and kind of keep looking at them just to kind of figure out what was going on. He apparently, not my dad, but someone with the same name as my dad had a warrant out for his arrest. So while they were trying to figure that out, whether it was my dad or not, I can definitely hear that. My dad only spoke Spanish and the officer only spoke English. So that was kind of a big communication barrier, and they couldn't really figure out whether that was my dad or not. Somehow, some way, they ended up figuring out that it wasn't my dad with that arrest warrant. They let him go, but it was definitely scary because I was, a few years old. From that point on, I figured there needs to be more Spanish-speaking officers, especially in urgent situations where someone who's only Spanish-speaking is having trouble communicating what's going on in another language. So I felt like there needs to be a change, and I truly believe that if you want to see a change in the world, you have to become the change. You can't just stand around and wait for somebody else to take that spot, because no one else will. You have to be put into that position and try and make that change yourself, even if it's a small one, even if you don't think it's going to help, but it'll help someone eventually.
Restaurants or takeout?
Right now, takeout.
Hot Cheetos or Takis?
Oh, gosh. This one's a hard one. I think because right now I'm craving Takis, I'll go with Takis.
Bachata or salsa?
Bachata, for sure.
Sitcoms or rom-coms?
Rom-coms.
Live Luchador or Nacho Libre?
Nacho Libre. It's so funny. He's talking to the nun, like his crush, and he asked her what her favorite animal was, and she says poopies.
My favorite animal is puppies.
Family Feud or Jeopardy?
I've never watched either.
I like it, okay. Valentinas or Chalula?
Valentina.
Footloose or Bring It On?
Bring it on.
Tamales or empanadas?
Oh my gosh, tamales all the way.
Hobby Lobby or Michael's?
Hobby Lobby all the way.
Twins or triplets?
Twins.
I'm Liz Sanchez, and I'm Thornton PD.